Hey, what is up, you guys? How are you all doing? What's up, Lush? Nice of you to join. Hey, Casey. How's it going? Yeah, I did miss you. Sal, how's it going, Sal? The snowstorm hitting this week. Uh-oh. There's a snowstorm? Where? It's supposed to snow here in Chicago. What's up, Bigfoot? Nice to see you. What's up, Lady Koi? How's it going? Hey, Hope. I'm glad you joined. Doop, doop, doop. What's up, Nikki? How's it going? Hey, Malik. I'm glad you're here. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Okay. Oh, guess what I did today? Remember I was talking about having raccoons in the attic? Well, it's not just raccoons. Yeah, because of the hole in my vent, my attic vent, there's also a possum. Maybe they trade off some days. Like some days the possum would come in and some days the raccoons would come in. I don't know. Maybe it's mostly possum. Because the possum is smaller than the raccoon. But yeah, well, so today, um, so I found out that the vent cover broke. So I bought some metal wiring so I can patch it up. So I was gonna do that, but then before doing that, I was like, I should probably go up in the attic and see if the possum is there, so that I can chase it out before I patch up the hole. Because then if I just patch up the hole, it'll be trapped inside, right? Yeah. So I went up there. Okay. I was looking around, and I didn't hear anything from below. So I went up there and couldn't really see anything. I was like, oh, maybe it's not there. Maybe it went out for a bite or something. And then I saw like there was one part where the insulation was like kind of bunched up, right? Now I went up there with the broom, okay? So the insulation kind of bunched up. So I was like, I kind of poked at it with the with the other end of the broom. I was like, boop, boop, boop. And I started hitting it. And I was like, I'm hitting something solid. Hitting something solid, right? But I couldn't see it. It's covered. So I tried to open it up. And I pushed it and pushed it. And there it was, you guys. I saw it. It was there like 3-4 feet in front of me. I caught it. All right. It was using the insulation as a blanket. It was just sleeping underneath. So I was right there, and it looks at me, and it goes like the thing that possums do. Can you see it? Well, I didn't take a picture. I went up there with a broom and a flashlight. I didn't bring a camera. Didn't bring a camera. So I was like, it was there, and I was like, okay. It's not even scared of me. It's just looking. So I was like, I started hitting things, okay, like, to try to scare it, and I started yelling at it. I was like, hey, 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 go, hey. And it just stood there. It's like, huh? What? What do you want me to do? So I was like, wait, what am I supposed to do? So I started poking at it. I poked at it. And it still didn't do anything. Maybe it was scared, but it was just standing there. It was like, It moved a little bit, but then it just stood there. I was like, well, maybe go for something drastic. And I hit it on the body. I was like, bam, like, boom. And it still just stood there. What is it doing? Um, and then I started poking its face, and it still just stood there. Okay. It didn't do the playing dead thing because I know possums do that too. They would, just play dead. I think it's like an involuntary response. What's up, Psyduck? No, it wasn't playing dead. No. Yeah. Did you guys know when possums play dead? Yeah, it's involuntary. They can't control it. They're just like, if you scare them enough, they'll just do that. And they wake up either a few minutes or a few hours later. Yeah, but this one wasn't that. It was moving. It was looking around. It was looking at me. And I was poking it in the face, okay, a little bit, and it didn't even move. So okay, I had to. I whacked it in the face. I was like, bam, and it finally moved. It ran away, and I chased it in the attic. I chased it. I tried to chase it to the vent so that it runs out. Yeah, but then like there's a lot of stuff in the attic, a lot of insulation in the little corners. It hid somewhere, and I couldn't find it. I don't think it went out. At the time, I didn't think it went out. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Screw this. It's kind of hard to get a possum to go where you want it to go. So I just got back down, and I patched up the hole. Okay, but I did it in kind of a okay. So what I did was I patched it up, but I kind of left the bottom unscrewed. Okay, it's metal wiring, but like you can kind of, if it wanted to, I think it can get out. Okay, I tried to make it so that it can get out, but then it can't get back in. Okay, it's a one-way street. I'm hoping that it knows. So I'm hoping like I don't know, tonight when it comes out to get food, yeah, it'll be able to get out, but not come back in. That's the hope. Okay, if that doesn't work, then I think I just have to patch it up fully, and and trap it, I guess. Yeah, I just have to trap it in there. No, I just have to keep it in there, and then I'll bring up a trap, and then hopefully, well, it doesn't have patch it up during the night. It's cold at night. Yeah, they are nocturnal. Yeah, I'm hoping like if I can hear it coming out, if somehow I know that because I don't have a camera there. So if I somehow know that it escaped, then I can patch it. Yeah. So I'll give it a couple of days. But yeah, but after a while, I think I'll just patch it up, and then I'll bring up a trap. Call animal control, wildlife control. I don't want to bother them. Is this what they do? Seems like too much work. Don't they have better things to do? Just adopt it? I can't adopt it. It's up there. It's pooping. It's leaving little poops around. Okay? And there's like stuff up there. There are vents and stuff. I don't know. It might bite into something that is not supposed to and cause a fire or whatever. And it'll tear up the insulation. It's already doing that. A lot of the insulation is like torn up. I can litter train it. It's their job. They can take us to where it will be safe. Maybe I'll think about it, okay? I'll think about it. I'm hoping that, it'll get hungry, okay? So I remember I tried to trap it the other year, like a few years ago when it was there. And I couldn't trap it, okay? It was too smart. It wouldn't go into the trap. It wouldn't take the bait. But I'm guessing that since it'll be trapped inside the attic, then it'll be really hungry, and eventually it'll take the bait. and then I can take it out and I can, take it outside. They'll put it in my neighbor's attic. Yeah, but anyways, yep, I had a fight with a possum today. I hope I didn't hit it too hard in the face. I smacked it in the face. It finally ran away. They put it in my basement instead. I don't know. It seems like raccoons are more prone to run away because I've seen raccoons at night too. I believe there's this family of 3 raccoons, and they're roaming around at night, like every night. Because like sometimes when I can't sleep and I'm still awake at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I hear them running around. Okay, yeah, and a couple of times I've come out and I've seen them. There's 3 of them. They're running around. Okay, but these guys, if I chase them with a broom, they'll just run away. Yeah, but but this possum, it did not want to run away. Oh no! The possum's gonna come into my room with a broom, and smack me in the face. Who won? Well, obviously I won. It ran away like a coward. I've seen a possum go play dead before, and it actually rolled over on its back. It's pretty funny. I didn't see it do it, but I've seen a possum like on its back with its legs up, and it's just there. It's pretty cute. How do you know it's me and not the possum wearing a Linfamy disguise? Well, you just have to trust me. Yeah, this might be a Linfamy filter. Am I sure I won? Maybe it's taking revenge up there right now. It's taking all sorts of poops. You had a baby possum in your toilet? Oh my god. Ah, I hear it. I hear the guy moving. He's moving. At least it doesn't have a family. It's just that one possum. It didn't bring like 20 possums to live up there. Technically, I lost because I let it stay. No. No, I won the first round. Okay. Just gonna have to wait until the second round. He knows I'm live. He's trying to listen. Strategic retreat? Oh shit. He's gonna come back with his friends. I'm gonna have like 10 possums holding brooms, smacking me in the face. An army of offspring. It looks so ugly. Yeah, raccoons, raccoons look a little cute, okay? These possums are just like big rats. You wonder how they taste. Aren't there people who eat roadkill? I think I heard something about that. I just pick it up off the road and they kind of cook it and eat it. Not sure that's what you're supposed to do. Wouldn't it suck if we had that involuntary response to danger? We just drop dead. Oh, I also it doesn't just drop dead. It's pretty cool. They play dead and they also release this smell, this like disgusting dead smell, so that predators will think that it's actually dead, so it doesn't so predators won't bother it. Yeah, I haven't smelled that yet, but it's supposed to be pretty disgusting. Anyways, I don't know if my one-way vent screen will work. Probably not. I hope it does. Probably not. Um, but yeah, stay tuned. Okay. Shall we do some Wordle? What is up with my attic? All the critters want to hang up there? I think it just has a hole. I went up there. Nothing really exciting up there. Just some boxes and a bunch of torn up insulation. Oh, wait, you guys can't see. Window capture. That's where I hold the Patreons. Yeah, the ones that don't pay. The patrons who credit cards are declined. That's where I hold them. All right. Go with our trusty array. Okay, not bad, not bad. How about a stomp? Oh, not a good start. Stare. Nope. Hmm. Hail. Halt. Hail. Hain. Hain. Hey. Haig. Haley. Hilt. Hales. Shale. Shale. Grail. Grail. Holy Grail. Oh, no R. A gale. Hmm. Gain. Gains. No S. Gain. Gains. Gain. Gain. How about drain? Ah, no R. You know what? I'll just do that. Oh, okay. Okay. Nail. Nails. Nails. No S. Nail. Nails. Nail. Milk. Now. Nag. Nag. Naff. Naz. Nex. Neck. Knack. Nick. Nika. Wait, that's not good. Oh, it's Nikki. Will they allow this? I have no A either. I first. I A N. or Na. Cigna. Nope. Jinhua. Jin. Hmm. Ligan. Liffen. Ligen. Libin. Livin. Livan. Lixan. Ligzan. Gik. Gillen. Filan. Gillan. Hmm. No, wait. No. Na. Because N is up there. Cigna. No, no C. Figma. Figna. Ligna. Ligna. Lichna. Finna. Ghana. Finna. Oh no, what is it? Ha! Ghana. Gina. Hina. Gina. Winna. Winna. Oh my god. Fina. Finna? That can't be. Filna. Jilna. Bilna. Probably something obvious, isn't it? Figna. Fifna. Ew. Fivna? Fivna? Givna? Fib? Fidge? Fi? Fig? Bill? Fin? A? Final! Ah! Ligma. Can you ask if infamy is Japanese? He is not. He is actually Vietnamese. Flail. Hmm. Now to watch Infamy spend 20 minutes on Samantha. Well, if you guys are good enough, let's do 5 minutes of this, okay? Come on, we can do it. Hint. Yes, we can do it. Possible. Fast. Fly. Train. Run. Dream. Eat. Torture. Possum. Drink. Smell. Meal. Food. Nope. Price. Raccoon. Nope. Saliva. Saliva? Wait. Mouth. Juice. Liquid. Wet. Salivate. Drool. Face. Fluid. Sticky? Poop? What? Faint. 15 minutes? Ah, no! Collapse. Oh, dentist. That's good. Nope. Taste? A little bit. Tongue. Bitter. Salty. Uh, Sweet. Sugar. Flour. Water. Travel. 23 minutes. Candy. Ah, salivate. Saliva. Salad. Oh no, what is it? Saliva. Body. Blood. Brain. Oh! Oh, who said 20 minutes? Come on, we can do this. Brain. Mind. Thought. Think. Thoughts. Stem. Head. Eyes. Brain. Matter. Genius. Scientist. Oh my god. Smart. Neuro. Neuro is close. Neuroscientist. Oh, wait a minute. Hypothalamus. Can't be right. Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus. No. Brain. Brain. Side. Hemisphere. Human. Neurons. Neuron. Neuron. Synapse. Amygdala. Amygdala is close, close. Cancer. Tumor. Oh my god. Lobotomy. Stroke. Heart. Herat. Heart. Maybe not the brain. Spine. Maybe. Surgery. Neurological. Pathway. Plasticity. What is it? Lobe. Doctor. Neurologist. Psychological. Psychology. Psychiatry. Psychologist. Psychiatrist. Therapist. No, getting further away. Neurological. Brain stem. Synapse. Seizure. Concussion. Blackout. Brain stem. Well, I don't think you can. 2 words though. Up. Wait. Brain stem is 1 word? That can't be true. Neurological. Neuropathy. ESP. Mind reading. Can brain cell be 1 word? I don't think so. Brain cell would be a neuron, wouldn't it? Pathways. Mindful. Nerves. Nerves. Damn it. That was good. Psycho. Disease. Like a disorder. Some neurological disorder. Nervous. Oh, depression. Mm. Oh, psychopath. Sociopath. Neurotransmitter. Ooh. Okay, okay. Mm. Neurological brain neural plasticity. Brain. Meningitis. Nope. Oh no. Dementia. Huh, huh. Neural? I think we did that. Oh, we didn't. Neural. Neural what? Neural pathways. That's all I can think about. Neural. Neurotic. Nope. Alzheimer? I don't think it would do proper nouns, right? Nope. Neuropathy? I think we tried that. Yep. Neuropathic. A lot of neurals here. Brain neural. Ah. Maybe just logical. Mental. 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 Mentally. Neurodivergent. Doesn't even know the word. Hypnosis. Crazy. Oh my god. What is it? Neurological disorder. Insane. Mentality. Oh. Sane. Test. Stimulation. Magnetic. Resonance. Imaging. Genius, we try that. Cerebral. Hmm, hmm. It's up there. Nervous, I think we tried that. Spectrum. Anxiety. Stress. Mentally. Oh, autism. Oh, scan. Brain. Neural. Neurological pathway. Disorder. Connection. Psychology, they would try that. 10 plus. Ugh. Neurologist. We try that too, right? Neurologist. Yeah. Cerebral, we try that. Neurotic, we try that. What? Stick. Autism. I think we try that. Yep. Autistic. Wait. Autistic. Asperger? Oh? Asperger's? Alzheimer's. Okay. Bipolar. Ah, not working. Diagnostic manual. Oh no, ADHD. Neurodiverse. Not a word. Not a word. Neurodiverge. Oh. Hemisphere. No, I tried that. Depression. Try that. Psychosis. Oh my god. What the heck is derealization? Nope, don't know that. Personality. Maybe something more simple. Neurological brain damage. Head gear. Helmet. Psychopath. Hospital. Institution. Oh, oh no. Do we need to hit the thesaurus, guys? Stroke. We try that. Trauma response. Alumni. Ear. It has to do with the brain. Neural. Rocket. Scientist. You try scientist, right? Oh my god. Barrier. Blood. Try that. Genetic. Okay, okay. Surgeon. Nope, nope. Hey. I think it's trying to get out. The possum. I hear some metal sounds. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. Logic. I mean the real one for me. He's going out. No, he's still staying inside. You're still staying inside. What are you doing? Let's get out of my attic. All right, do we need to hit the thesaurus, guys? I think we're out of words here. Hippocampus? Okay, that's pretty close. It can't be a scientific term, right? It must be something more simple. DNA. Behavior. Psychotic. Let me try that. All right. Or we can do a hint. I think we've gone on long enough. I want to read. Hint. All right, what is the hint? Cognitive. Wait. How is that a hint? What the hell? Semanto.com? What is your problem? I didn't know hint meant give me the answer. I think this website is having some cognitive issues, some neurological issues. I wanted a hint. Why? Attentional psychomotor. Well, okay. Well, I was never gonna guess that. Perceptual cognitively. Cognition is actually a pretty hard word. I was so close, they just gave it. Time. Yeah, what's the time, guys? 6:45. When do we start? 15 minutes, 43 seconds. Not bad. Actually, we actually didn't I don't think this counts because it just gave us the answer. All right, guys. I have this. I don't know what this is for a snack. What is that? It looks like sweet potato. All right. It looks like a cookie. It is a cookie, yes. Smells like a cookie. Mmm. Ooh. Texture. Maybe a sweet potato cookie? No. Nope, not a sandwich. Just a cookie. And some black sesame. Oh, yeah. I'm going to say it's a sweet potato cookie. Did we solve it, Bigfoot? I pressed the hint button and it just gave me the answer. I don't know. It crunches like a cookie. It does. Mm. Mm. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the flavor. Kind of mid. Gonna be a 6 out of 10, guys. Have the possum / real infamy rate it. All right, I'm gonna just climb up the attic and give it to him. If he can't get out, man, he's gonna have some psychological issues. Gonna be super depressed and scared. I hope he doesn't like run around and break stuff. Wait. Give me a second here. Having some technical difficulties. Okay. All right, ready? So, what happened last week? Last week, a lot of shit happened, actually. Our hero Diyun is at his master's house, okay? His master is gone. We don't know where he is at the moment. But Diyun is at his master's house, kind of secretly working for the second martial uncle, Yan Da Ping, okay? Yan Da Ping was that old beggar from a long time ago that taught Diyun how to beat his bullies. Yeah, it turns out, not a beggar. Not at all. Second martial uncle is actually super rich. And he's trying to dig under the house of Diyun's master. He's looking for the mnemonics for the Liancheng swordplay. Okay. And then the eldest martial uncle comes. Is Wang Jinshen. He demands that his martial brother give up the mnemonics. So of course the guy doesn't have it. He's looking for it. And then Wan Gui, who is Wang Jinshan's son, the guy who bullied Di Yun and married his martial sister. Wan Gui tries to attack Yan Daping, but then Yan Daping poisons him. And then Wang Jinshan sees this and he fights with Yan Daping. Di Yun watches the fight and he sees that their skills kind of suck. Okay. And he has this big revelation, okay, that their master, so it would be Di Yun's grandmaster, had taught them a bogus martial arts. And probably because the grandmaster knew that they were not good people. So remember, the grandmaster had 3 disciples. Okay. Yeah, and the 3 disciples backstabbed him. Yeah, so he was right, actually. So the grandmaster thought that they were not good people, so he taught them a bogus martial arts. And then Di Yun, he realizes that, oh my god, my own master had taught me bogus martial arts too. Anyways, so that was a big revelation. Yan Daping gets stabbed, and then Di Yun decides that since Yan Daping helped him a long time ago, he would help the man back. So Di Yun comes in, he rescues Yan Daping, and they run away. Then afterwards, he kind of interrogates Yan Daping, who reveals a lot. And Di Yun confirms that his master is actually not that good of a guy. I mean, what kind of a guy gives away a cute cow like in the beginning? Not a good guy. And the 3 martial brothers killed their master to get the Liancheng swordplay manual. They had but afterwards they had the sword manual, but not the mnemonics, which is like words that come with it that kind of explain what to do. So it was useless to them. Okay, so so they need to somehow get the mnemonics. Di Yun remembers from Ding Dian that the mnemonics is kind of related somehow to some great treasure or something. That's what they say. That's what the book says. So the 3 martial brothers, they trusted each other the way you would trust a snake. So before going to sleep, they put the manual in a locked chest and they chained themselves to each other. So if someone moved, the other people would notice. But even so, even after they did that, they woke up and the manual was gone, done, and they don't know who took it. Okay, since we're talking to Yan Daping here, Yan Daping says he suspected the other 2, so he followed Wang Jinshan, but then he saw that Wang Jinshan was tailing Qi Jiangfa, Di Yun's master. So Yan Daping assumed that since that's the case, then Qi Jiangfa is probably the one who stole it. So, it's also weird that Qi Jiangfa himself was not following anyone, right? Because if he didn't steal the book, then wouldn't he have suspected the other 2? Yeah. So that was kind of weird. And that's why Yan Daping thinks that it's Qi Jiangfa who stole the book. But I'm thinking maybe none of them have it. Maybe there was another person, like some guy who stole it from underneath them. And I looked in the previous chapter or the previous segment that we read. It seems maybe it's a bad translation. It seems that the Grandmaster might have found a successor. Okay, because it says that the Grandmaster was looking for an alternate successor, and even went as far as to pass on the clan's sword manual to an outsider. And that's why the 3 of them could not bear it, and then they took action. That's what Yan Daping says. So it kind of seems like he's saying that the master passed on their sword manual to an outsider before they betrayed him. Unless it's like a bad translation. I'm not sure. So anyways, right now we don't know where the manual is, okay? And Yan Daping suspects it's Qi Jiangfa. You think maybe it was saying he was preparing to? Yeah, I thought about that too. It might be, yeah, it might be a bad translation. And it actually meant like the Grandmaster was preparing to pass on the clan's sword manual to an outsider. Plot twist, the possum has the manual. I knew it. Possum! We learn, okay, so anyways. Wan Gui, um, so Yan Ping says that also Wang Gui is poison and he's probably gonna die if he doesn't get the antidote. And Di Yun is just fine with that. He's sparing no tears for Wang Gui. Di Yun also takes the antidote for Yan Ping's poison just in case. And that's where we left off. How's that? All right, Sal. You have a good night, okay? Live screen. Okay. Oh, hey. Do we meet the Marshall sister again? Chapter 10, Part 1. All right, Chapter 10, The Tongue Poem Anthology. Qingzhou was not very far from Xiangxi. After several days of travel, Di Yun arrived at Qingzhou. He had traveled this path once before with his master and Marshall's sister. The river creek was the same. The path was also the same. That year, when he traversed this path, the journey was filled with Qifeng's cheerful laughter. This time, when he went from Maxi to Qingzhou, or Jingzhou, there was not a single sound of laughter. Of course, people did laugh, only that Di Yun didn't hear it. When Di Yun reached the outskirts of the city, he inquired and found out that Ling Tui Si was still, how do you pronounce that? Ling Tui Si was still the prefectural magistrate. Di Yun smeared dirt across his face to conceal his identity when he went in the city. I need to see for myself how much Wan Gui is suffering. I wonder if he has recovered. It could be that he is still in Hunan, treating his injuries, and hasn't returned. Di Yun made his way to the Wan residence. From afar, he saw Shen Cheng rush out the front door, looking extremely urgent. He thought, if Shen Cheng is here, Wan Gui is probably here as well. When night comes, I will go in and take a look. Thereafter, he made his way to the abandoned garden. The abandoned garden was not far away from the Wan residence. The day Ding Dian died and Zhou Qi, Geng Tianba, and Ma Daming were killed, all happened in this abandoned garden. Being in this garden made him reminisce these events. The grass was grown tall as before, and there was rubble and debris everywhere. He made his way beside a plum tree and felt the various depressions and bumps of the tree. That day, Ding Dian passed away beside this very tree. This plum tree still looks the same. Nothing has changed, but Ding Dian has become a pile of ashes. Thereafter, he sat below the plum tree and slept until the second watch. When he produced some food from his bosom and ate it, then he produced some food from his bosom and ate it. When the time came, he left the abandoned garden and made his way to the Wan residence. He leapt over the wall to get in. When he reached the garden, he could not help but feel a sense of bitterness in his heart. That day, when I suffered injuries, I hid in this firewood room. Not only did my Marshall's sister not save me, She was even heartless enough to tell her husband to come kill me. As he was about to continue walking, he suddenly saw three sources of fire light up the next. He suddenly saw three sources of fire light up next to the river. Di-yun hid behind a tree and looked toward the direction of the light. He saw that the three sources of light were actually three incense sticks lit by an incense burner. The incense burner was placed on a small table. In front of the table, two people were kowtowing to heaven. When they got up, Di-yun saw clearly who they were. One of them was Chi Feng, the other was her daughter, Water Spinach. He heard Chi Feng pray softly. For the first incense stick, I pray that heaven will bless and protect my husband from suffering, and to purge the toxin from his body, so he no longer suffers from the pain of scorpion poison. Water Spinach, speak up. Tell heaven that you wish your papa will recover. Oh, maybe she does love him. Oh no. She actually loves him? The little girl said, Okay, Mama. I ask that Bodhisattva blesses my father and alleviates his suffering so he no longer cries. Although Di-yun was not very close, he heard all the words very clearly. Upon hearing that Wan Gui was suffering so much, he naturally rejoiced at his misfortune, but he also resented how affectionate Chi Feng was to her husband. He heard Chi Feng say, For the second incense stick, I pray that heaven will bless and protect my father. I hope that my father will be free of disasters and calamities. I hope that my father will return soon. Water Spinach, tell Bodhisattva you wish your grandpa will live a prosperous life. The little girl said, Right. Grandpa, please return soon. Why haven't you returned? Chi Feng said, Ask Bodhisattva to bless and protect your grandfather. The little girl said, I ask that Bodhisattva bless and protect my grandpa. Please bless and protect my papa and grandpa. She had never seen Qi Zhangfa before. When Qi Feng asked for her prayers, she naturally only considered her father and her paternal grandfather. Qi Feng paused for a moment before she said, For the third incense stick, I pray that heaven will bless and protect him. I hope that everything goes well for him and that he will soon find someone he truly loves and start a happy family. As she spoke up to this point, her voice was filled with sobs, so she raised her sleeves to wipe her tears. Oh, okay, maybe she still loves Di-yun. The little girl said, Mama, you are thinking of Uncle again. Chi Feng said, Tell heaven you wish Water Spinach Uncle will be safe and sound. When Di-yun heard the prayers of her third incense stick, he was perplexed. Who is she praying for? Who do you think? But when he heard her say, Water Spinach Uncle, a buzz went through his ears as he thought, She's talking about me? She's really talking about me? The little girl said, Mama really misses Water Spinach Uncle. I pray that Bodhisattva will bless Uncle with a great fortune so he will buy a big doll for me. He is Water Spinach. I am also Water Spinach. Mama, where is Water Spinach, Uncle? Why has he not returned? Chi Feng said, Uncle Water Spinach is in a very faraway place. Your uncle abandoned your mama. Your mama misses him dearly. As she spoke up to this point, she carried her daughter back into the house. Di-yun made his way in front of the incense burner. Watching the three incense sticks glisten in the dark, he became lost in thought. He stood motionless in front of the three sticks. The sticks had burnt out into ashes, yet he still did not move. Okay, so maybe she still loves Di-yun, but she had to pray for the husband because, like, that's her duty. She probably feels some kind of way towards him too. But I think she loves Di-yun more. The next morning, Di-yun left the garden and began wandering aimlessly around Xingzhou. All of a sudden, he heard some banging sounds and saw in front of him a physician selling medicine on the street. Di Yun decided that he wanted to personally see how badly Wan Gui was suffering. So he took out 10 taels of silver and bought the physician's clothes, medicine box, and fu chung. Fu chung is a pole with an iron hoop that emits a small jingling sounds. It's a symbol that you're a physician. Okay. The physician was surprised, for he knew that all of his items were not worth more than 3 or 4 taels of silver. He was more than delighted to sell everything to him. Di Yun returned to the abandoned garden and put on the physician's attire. He took out some herbs from the box and smeared it on his face. He smeared especially much right under his left eye. This guy loves smearing stuff on his face. Oh, should we look at what a fu chung looks like? That is a county. Physician. Ooh. This is a dude. Alright, we're gonna use the actual characters. This thing? Okay, cool. So if you got this thing, it means you are a doctor, baby. He was changed beyond recognition. Then he began to shake his fucheng and make his way to the Wan residence. When he neared the entrance, he shook the fucheng very heavily and walked close to the entrance and shouted with a very coarse voice, "I specialize in curing extremely difficult diseases, illnesses, and nameless poisons. Insect and snake bites can be cured immediately." He walked back and forth for 3 orbits before someone came out urgently from the front door, waving, "Hey, physician, come over here!" Di Yun recognized that this was one of the Wan clan disciples. It was actually the one who sliced off his 5 fingers that year, Wuxia. But Di Yun had completely disguised his appearance so he could not be recognized. Di Yun was afraid that his voice would be recognized, so he slowly trotted over and lowered his voice even further. "What do you have to ask of me? Have you contracted any strange illnesses or nameless poisons?" Wukan spat out in disgust. "Puh! Does it look like I have contracted a poison? I ask you now, are you capable of curing scorpion bites?" Di Yun said, "The poisons of green bamboo snakes, golden feet snakes, and iron spade snakes, all of the most poisonous of the most deadly snakes under heaven, I can cure. Ha ha ha. What is a mere scorpion to me?" Wukan said, "Don't be so confident. This is not an ordinary scorpion. Even a very famous Jingzhou physician shook his head when he saw it. How can you do better?" Di Yun creased his eyebrows and said, "Is it really that deadly? The most poisonous scorpions in this world are merely gray-haired scorpions, black and white scorpions, golden scorpions, puck-headed scorpions, red-tailed scorpions, white-legged scorpions." He spewed a bunch of nonsense and named 20 scorpions before continuing. "Every scorpion has a different kind of poison, and each has its own way of treatment. Even a famous physician may not necessarily be skilled. He may not be fully knowledgeable." Wukan saw that this person's appearance was ugly, and his clothes were shagged. Although this person was capable of naming many types of of scorpions, it sounded like a bunch of inarticulately stuttered nonsense. He figured that this person was likely not very skilled at all, and said, Very well then, go in and have a look. I will just pretend that it's a dead horse being treated like a live horse. Yun nodded his head and followed him inside the mansion. Wu Ken raised his head and shouted, Third Marshal sister-in-law, there is a grass-head physician here. He claims that he can cure a scorpion's poison. Should we let him take a look at Marshal brother? With an the window opened. Jifeng stuck her head outside the window and said, Yes, please. Thank you, Brother Wu. Your martial brother is suffering even more today. Please, bring the physician upstairs. Wu Ken said to Yun, Go on ahead then. He did not go up himself. Jifeng said, Brother Wu, please go up as well, so you can help keep an eye. Wu Ken complied and went upstairs. When Yun went upstairs, he saw the center by the window was placed a very large desk. On top of the desk was placed a brush and blotting paper with about a dozen books. There was also a half-sewn child's garment. Qifeng came out from the inner room to welcome him. She was not wearing any cosmetics and looked rather wan and sallow. Yun glanced at her once and did not look again. He was afraid that she would recognize him and quietly followed her into the room. Inside the room, a person slept on a large bed, moaning in pain. It was Wan Gui. His daughter sat on a small stool beside him, gently massaging her father's legs. When she saw Yun's filthy and strange appearance, she became startled and hurriedly cowered behind her mother. Wu Kan said, My martial brother was bitten by a poisonous scorpion. The poison in his body will not purge. There seems to be a serious problem. Yun mumbled, is that so? Earlier, when he spoke to Wu Kan outside, he was cool and collected. But now that he saw Qifeng, his heart was bouncing around his chest. Both of his cheeks felt warm, and his lips and tongue felt dry. He could not even speak properly. He went to the bed and gently patted Wan Gui's shoulder. Wan Gui slowly got up. When he saw Yun's appearance, he became slightly startled. Qifeng said, Sange. Qifeng calls him Sange, which means third brother, because Wan Gui is Wan Jinchan's third disciple. This is the physician that Brother Wu found for you. He may have some kind of miraculous antidote to treat your poison. Oh, he does. The way she said these words, it was clear that she had no confidence in this physician. Yun did not say a word. He looked at Wan Gui's swollen hand and saw that there were round black spots. It was extremely repulsive. He spoke in a coarse voice. This poison was contracted from a modeling scorpion from Jiangxi. We do not have this type of scorpion in Hubei. Qifeng and Wu Ken both said, Right, this wound was indeed contracted from Jiangxi in Hunan. Qifeng continued, Mister, since you are able to determine the type of poison just by looking at it, are you able to cure it? Her voice was full of hope. Yun counted on his fingers and said, He was bitten at night. It has now been 7 days and 7 nights. Qifeng glanced at Wu Ken and said, Mister really has supernatural accuracy. He was indeed bitten at night, and it really has been 7 days and 7 nights. Yun continued, Did this gentleman turn his hand over to crush the scorpion? If he did not do this, there would be a cure for him. But because he crushed the scorpion with his hand, its poison has completely forced itself into his hand. It is useless to help him now. When Qifeng heard that this physician was even accurate enough to determine the number of days, she thought there was really a cure, and her face was full of delight. But upon hearing this, she felt anxious. Mister has spoken very clearly, but I ask that you please save his life at any cost. The whole point of Yun disguising himself as a physician was to enter the Wan residence so he could personally see how pathetically Wan Gui was suffering. He wanted to see him moaning and groaning in his pitiful state in order to relieve the accumulated anger in his heart. He really had no intention to save his life at all. But since he was small, he had listened to Chi Feng's every word, and never once did he disobey her. Now, when he heard her desperate plea, his heart softened, and he opened up the medicine box, intending to take out the antidote he took from Yan Da Ping. But upon further consideration, he thought, this Wan Gui has caused me so much suffering. He even took my martial sister away from me. I am already being extremely kind for not killing him myself. How could I go so far as to save him? He shook his head and said, it is not that I don't want to save him. It's just that after so many days, the poison has slowly made its way to his brain. There is nothing that I can do now. Chi Feng hung her head down and began to cry. She pulled her daughter beside her and said, water spinach, my dear, kowtow to this uncle and beseech him to rescue your papa. Di Yun hurriedly shook his hand and said, please, there is no need. But the little girl was very obedient and always listened to her mother's words. She also knew that her father was gravely injured, so she felt very anxious. At once she kneeled down and gave him a resounding kowtow. As Di Yun had lost the 5 fingers on his right hand, he hid it inside his sleeve the entire time. Instead, he extended his left hand and brought the girl up. When he saw the little girl's full body, he saw a golden locket hung on her neck. On the gold piece was inscribed the words, virtuous appearance, double luxuriance. When Di Yun saw this, he became confused. He recalled the day he fainted in the firewood room. When he later woke up on a boat in the middle of the Yangtze, there were various gold and silver jewelries beside him. One of them was a little girl's locket, which also inscribed these 4 exact words. Could it be? He only looked once and did not dare to look again. His thoughts were all over the place. Eventually, he cleared his mind and collected his thoughts. I fainted in the firewood room in the Wan residence. It must have been Marshall's sister who saved me. There can be no other person. Bum bum bum. Music plays. In the past, I thought she intentionally harmed me. But last night she prayed to heaven and revealed her thoughts. She still cares about me very much. There is no way she hurt me that day. Could it be that heaven has eyes? After all the suffering that I've been through, can I really reunite with my martial sister? When he thought of the word reunite, his heart began to bounce wildly. He tilted his head sideways to look at Chi Feng, and saw that her face was full of worry and troubles, staring intensely at Wan Gui, her eyes showing great tenderness and affection. When Di Yun saw her expression, his heart came to a halt. He felt an ice-cold sensation on his back. He remembered very clearly the events that happened that day. How he fought with the 8 disciples of the Wan clan. How he was completely humiliated by them. How his martial sister mended his garment back together with the same brimming tenderness in her eyes. But now her eyes were all for her husband. It was no longer for him. Okay. 5-minute break. I'll be right back. And we're back. All right. Is he gonna save him? If I don't give him the antidote, no one can blame me. I can wait for Wan Gui to die an excruciating death, and then leave with her at night. Who can stop me? I don't care about the past. We can become man and wife. I will take her daughter along with me. This is not right. No. Marshall's sister has been the lady of the house all these years and lived a luxurious life. How can she go back to farming with me? Besides, I am ugly, and I don't even know past a few hundred words, and my hand is crippled. How do I deserve to be with her? How would she be willing to leave with me? He felt very ashamed of his own inferiority and became depressed. How would Chi Feng know that this position would have so many thoughts in mind? She could do no more but stare at him intensely, hoping that he would utter the words, "There is a cure." Wan Gui groaned in excruciating pain. At this point, the poison had already made its way to the joint of his arm. His entire arm and palm were swollen, and the pain was unbearable. Chi Feng waited for a very long time, but Di Yun did not respond. She pleaded, "Mister, please give it a try. Even if you can only lessen his suffering, then that is fine. We won't fault you." The intent was that even if Wan Gui could not keep his life, she would still hope that the physician can lessen his pain. She did not want her husband to die in such an agonizing way. Di Yun interjected, and his mind came back to the moment. In a split second, his mind was completely empty, completely disheartened. He wished he could just die right now. He wholeheartedly cared for his martial sister, yet she married his arch nemesis, and even went as far as to plea for him to rescue his own enemy. I would rather be in Wan Gui's position. I would rather suffer endless pain and misery if I can have Marshall's sister care for me this much. Even if I only have a few days left to live, what does it matter? He opened the medicine box and took out Yan Da Ping's antidote bottle. He turned the bottle over and let the black powder fall on the back of Wan Gui's hand. Wu Kan exclaimed, "Ah, it it is this antidote. He can be cured." Di Yun heard that there was a hidden meaning behind his words. The words "he can be cured" should have been uttered with extreme happiness, yet his voice seemed to suggest a hint of disappointment and even some resentment. Oh. Di Yun felt it was extremely strange. He turned his head slightly to look at Wu Ken and saw that his expression was full of cruelty and viciousness. Di Yun was extremely perplexed, but then he thought that there was not a single good person amongst the 8 disciples. If Wang Jinshen and Yan Daping were willing to kill each other, how strange would it be if Wu Ken and Wan Gui weren't on good terms? However, why would he waste time to find someone to cure him? Not long after the medicine was applied, a lot of black blood began to seep out of the wound on his hand. His suffering was gradually reduced, and said, "Thank you. Your antidote is really effective." Chi Feng was extremely pleased and fetched a copper bowl to receive the blood. The blood constantly dripped into the bowl. Chi Feng thanked Di Yun repeatedly. Wu Ken said, "Martial's sister-in-law, has little brother not done a good service?" Oh, he likes her. Chi Feng said, "Right. I must also thank brother Wu." Wu Ken smiled. "Just saying thanks is not enough." Chi Feng ignored him and asked Di Yun, "What is your surname? We must thank you greatly with a gift." Di Yun shook his head. "No need to thank me. The medicine needs to be applied 10 times to completely cure the poison." His heart felt very sour. He thought everything in the world was miserable. "I will give the rest to you." He handed over the bottle. Chi Feng did not expect that the matter would end so simply. She did not dare to accept the antidote. "We will buy it from you. May I ask how much is it?" Di Yun shook his head. "There is no need to pay." Chi Feng was extremely pleased. She received the bottle with both hands and bowed respectfully, offering her most heartfelt gratitude. "Mister is really an honorable person. I really do not know how to thank you. Brother Wu, please see him out of here." Di Yun said, There is no need. I will leave now. Qifeng said, No, Mister is our savior, yet we have no good way to repay you. At the very least, we should treat you to a cup of wine. Mister, please don't leave yet. As soon as the words please don't leave yet made its way to Di Yun's ear, his heart softened. He thought, It looks like I won't be able to take my revenge. After burying Brother Ding, I will never return to Qingzhou again, nor will I ever see Marshall's sister again. If she wants to treat me to a cup of wine, it will give me a chance to look at her a few more times. Nothing bad could come out of that. He nodded his head. The banquet was prepared in a little guest room downstairs. Li Yun sat on the central seat of honor, while Wu Ken sat opposite of him. Qifeng repeatedly thanked the physician for his efforts and prepared the meal herself. It appeared as if everyone else in the Wan residence was not at home. The other disciples did not attend this banquet. Qifeng respectfully treated Di Yun to 3 cups of wine. Di Yun accepted all 3 cups. His heart became sour, and his eyes started to become teary. He knew he could not hold his feelings much longer. If he were to stay any longer, he would reveal himself. At once he got up and said, I have had enough wine. It is time for me to take my leave. I will never come back again. Qifeng was extremely perplexed by his choice of words, but felt that this physician was weird to begin with, so she did not take it to heart. We will never be able to thank Mister for what he has done. Here are 100 taels of silver for Mister to buy wine during his travels. As she said this, she passed on a bag full of silver with both hands. Li Yun turned his head and laughed heartily. I was the one who saved him. This must be some kind of joke. Is there anyone in this world who is more foolish than me? Amidst his laughter, 2 streams of tears flowed down his cheeks. Qifeng and Wu Ken were both shocked at his expression. The little girl said, Uncle, don't cry. Uncle, don't cry. Li Yun became startled. He was afraid that he would reveal his identity, so he did not dare to talk to Qifeng anymore. He thought, From now on, I will never see you again. He felt the poetry that he got from the cave in Yuanling on his bosom, and put his sleeve on the chair, not daring to look at Qifeng again. He made his way downstairs without once turning back to look at her. Qifeng said, Brother Wu, please escort this mister on his way out. Wu Ken said, Certainly, and followed through. Qifeng held the bag of silver in her hands. Her heart was thumping anxiously. She thought, Who is this person? How come this person's smile looks so much like his? What is wrong with me? Zhang is in pain, yet my heart is all over the place. I am still thinking of him. She placed the bag of silver on the table and sat on the chair. She sat on the chair that Di Yun sat on earlier. She felt that there was something on this chair and stood up right away. She saw an old yellow book. On the cover were the 3 words Tang Poem Anthology. She gasped slightly and picked up the book. She casually opened the book and a shoe fell out. It was the cutout that she made that year back in her hometown in Xiangxi. At this point, her mouth was wide open in disbelief. Both hands trembled. She turned another several pages and saw a cutout of a pair of butterflies. She remembered the events that year when she sat next to Di Yun in the cave and cut out these butterflies. All of these thoughts entered her mind at once. She could not help but gasp in disbelief and thought, Where did this book come from? Who brought it here? Could it be the physician? The little girl saw her mother's expression change and became startled. Mama, what are you doing? Qifeng stared blankly. She put the book in her bosom and rushed downstairs. She rushed outside and continued pursuit. Ever since she had married into the Wan family, she had been very refined and educated. But now she was running around the halls like a wild woman, something she had never done before. The various servants of the mansion saw their lady exert her lightness martial arts and went past several courtyards, rushing her way out. They were astonished. Feng made her way to the lobby and saw Wu Can enter from outside. She hurriedly said, "Where is the physician?" Wu Can said, "That person is really strange. He did not say a word and just left. Third Marshall's sister-in-law, why are you looking for him? Has something happened to Marshall brother?" "Yeah, you wish." Feng said, "No," and rushed outside the front door. She looked all around but did not see any trace of the physician. She stood motionless at the front door for a long time. She took the book out of her bosom and turned through the pages. Every time she saw the various figures and cutouts that she made in her youth, her thoughts rushed forth like ocean waves. She could not help but become teary. She thought, "How can I be so foolish? Father-in-law and Sang-ge have recently visited Uncle Yan in Xiangxi. They may have unexpectedly ventured into the cave and took the book. That must be it. How could that physician be in any way related to this book?" But then she thought, "No, how could there be such a coincidence? That cave is extremely remote. Even my father doesn't know about it. In this world, besides me, only my martial brother knows about it. How could father-in-law and Sang-ge possibly find it? They only went to find Uncle Yan. Why would they go in a cave? Just now, when I set up the banquet, I remember cleaning all of the seats. How could there be a book there? If the physician was not the one who brought the book, then how did it end up here?" She was in a haze of doubts and suspicions. She went back inside and saw that Wan Gui looked a lot better after applying the medicine. She held the book tightly in her hands and wanted to ask her husband, but thought, "I can't be impulsive. What if that physician is really—" Wan Gui said, "Peng Mei, that physician really is my benefactor. You must reward him gracefully." Feng said, "Right. I gave him 100 taels of silver, but he would not accept it. He is really a strange person. That antidote, where is that antidote? Did you put it away?" After the physician gave her the antidote, she placed it on the table next to the bed, but now it was nowhere to be seen. Wan Gui said, "I did not. Is it not on the table?" "Oh, the other guy took it, didn't he? That bastard." Feng searched the table, bed, vanity table, chairs, cabinets, under the bed, and other various places, but the antidote was nowhere to be found. She felt anxious. Could it be that I unconsciously dropped it on the ground when I rushed outside? No, I remember very clearly that I placed it on the table, right beside the bowl. Man, no one trusts each other. None of the Marshall brothers trust each other. Wan Gui became anxious too. You must find it. How can it disappear? Before I took a nap, I remember very clearly the bottle was placed on the table." When he said this, Feng became even more anxious. She rushed out of the room and asked her daughter, "Just now, when Mama went outside, did anyone come in this room?" The little girl said, "Uncle Wu came upstairs. He saw that Papa was asleep, so he left." Feng took a very deep breath. She knew there was something wrong, but she did not want to worry her sick husband. "Water spinach, stay with your papa. Tell him that Mama went to find the physician to buy another bottle of medicine for Papa." The girl nodded. "Mama, come back soon." Feng gathered her thoughts and opened the desk drawer. She took out a dagger and concealed it. When she went downstairs, she thought, Then she went downstairs. She thought, "Who Ken must have seen that I was not around, so he harbored malicious intentions. But he was the one who invited the physician. Could it be that the two of them have colluded and planned some sort of crafty scheme? Otherwise, how could the bottle of antidote disappear after the physician left?" She pondered deeply as she made her way to the garden. She reached the cloister and saw that Wu Ken was leaning against the railing, looking at the goldfish in the pond. Chi Feng said, "Brother Wu, are you here alone?" Wu Ken turned around, a smile stretched across his whole face. "I was wondering who it is. So it is, sister-in-law. You should be upstairs with Marshal brother. What brings you here?" "Wait, what brings you here?" Chi Feng sighed. I feel very bored staying beside this sick man all day. Your martial brother is in great pain, and his temperament has changed for the worse. If I do not come outside to get some fresh air and find someone to talk to, I will suffocate." Wu Ken was very surprised to hear this. He laughed. "Martial brother is never content. He is like a snake trying to swallow an elephant. He has such a flowery and jade-like beauty to accompany him, yet he is throwing temper tantrums. He is truly hard, a hard person to please." All right. I think that's a good place to stop. All right. So we got some drama in the Wan household, do we? What do you guys think of that chapter? So we met the Marshall sister again. That's cool. Is everyone a bad person? They're all bad people. No one has any redeeming qualities. They're all terrible. Cheers. Things are getting exciting? Yeah. What's gonna happen? Wan Gui meets Di Yun again. So Chi Feng still has feelings for Di Yun. Di Yun changed clothes again, which is never good. Yeah. All he does is smear stuff on his face. All day, every day. That's what he likes to do. Alright. Yeah, getting good. Alright, guys. I'm pooped. I'm good. I will update you guys on the possum situation next time, alright? Hopefully it can end peacefully. Hopefully we come to a conclusion. To a satisfying conclusion. One can hope. A toast to the possum. Yeah. Alright guys. Thanks for joining. You hope we become friends. Hope the possum gets a job. I know. I think it does have a job. I think at night it goes out and it does its possum things. Working on its possum career. Yeah. Hey. More power to it. Just don't return to my attic, okay? Possum as a co-streamer next week. He's a dancer. Oh. I don't know. He wasn't dancing when I saw him. Maybe he was too scared. Maybe if we become more familiar with each other, he can dance for me. Alright guys. Thanks for joining. I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye.